Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial about custom painting in Flutter. One thing that is great about Flutter is that it gives us a rich set of widgets that we can use to build our application's UI. But there are times where we want a bit more control about what we draw on screen. And for that, we can draw directly into the canvas with a custom painter. So in this tutorial, we will see how to draw a happy face on screen. And the cool thing is that to do this, we don't need any third-party packages. And this means that we can write the entire code for this project using Dartpad for Flutter. So we are going to build this happy face that you see here on the right, and as part of this we will learn how to draw shapes with a given fill and stroke color, and we will get a good understanding of the Flutter canvas and how we can use it to add shapes like this within a parent widget. So we will start from scratch and build this step by step, and I've also created a written tutorial that you can follow and use for future reference. And this will contain the link to the finished project that you can view directly on Dartpad. And if you're new here, please like and subscribe for more Flutter videos. Okay, so let's get started by selecting New Pad, and here we're going to discard the current changes and create a new Flutter pad. And the first thing that we are going to do is to remove this widget class, and we are going to replace the body of this scaffold with this container with a white color. And then we can run this so that our preview window has a white background. Next, I'm going to add some padding and add a second container with a yellow background color. And this container is what we will use as the parent widget for painting. And now we are ready to introduce something called a CustomPainter. So what we are going to do is to add a subclass of CustomPainter that looks like this. And we will look at these methods in a second, but first I want to add a child to our container. So this will be a custom paint widget which takes a painter argument of type CustomPainter. So here I can pass face outline painter because it is a subclass of CustomPainter. Okay, so let's try to run the code again. And as we can see, something seems to have gone wrong because our yellow container is no longer visible. So what is going on here? Well, the problem is that custom painters don't always play nice with parent widgets that try to constrain their size. And in fact, in order for this to work correctly, we should find a way to specify the width and the height of our parent container. So to do that, let's try, for example, setting the width to 300 and the height to 300 as well. And if we run this code, we can see that the yellow box now will match these dimensions. Okay, so this is better, but it is still not what I want, because my goal here is for these containers to take up the entire space available in this UI window, and this space even changes as I resize the window. So it would be cool if there was a widget that can tell me the size of the parent window. Well, that widget exists and is called Layout Builder. So here I'm going to replace this code with a Layout Builder that returns this container. And then I can pass the maximum width and height of these constraints to the corresponding arguments in my container. And now, if we run the code again, we can see that the containers take up all the space available. Okay, so our initial setup is done, and we can now take a look at our face outline painter. And when we subclass CustomPainter, we need to override these two methods called paint and shouldRepaint. So all the drawing commands will take place inside paint, and we will see how to do this. And we need to implement shouldRepaint as well to tell our painter when it should redraw. And in this example, our painter doesn't have any mutable properties, so we can always return false. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some code to the paint method. And the way we draw things is to use this canvas object, and if we type canvas dot, we get this long list of draw methods that we can use to paint different shapes. And all these methods take a paint object as an argument. So before we draw anything, we need to define a paint object. So here I'm going to do this by defining a paint that has a stroke width of 4 points and a color of indigo. And if we wanted, we could also define a paint with a red fill, like this. And once we have a paint object, we can use it to draw things. For example, here we could use it to draw a rectangle. And if we run this code now, we can see that we get a rectangle that is 100 points wide and tall, and it has an offset of 20 and 40 points from the top left corner of the parent widget. Next, let's remove this red paint, which we are not using. And also we are going to replace this rectangle with a rounded rectangle. So to do this, we can use the canvas.drawRect method, which takes a rect and a radius. And if we run this code now, we can see that the corners become rounded. Next, we could draw an oval by adding this code. And if we run this code again, we can see that the oval shows right next to the rounded rectangle. And instead, we would like it to show 20 points from the right edge of this container. And this is where the size argument comes to hand. Because here I can update this left coordinate to be size.width minus 120, and because the oval is 100 points wide, then this shape will be positioned 20 points from the right edge. So the size argument is very useful because it gives us a way to draw at a certain distance from the edges. But beyond that, it gives us a way to draw within the bounds. And in fact, we should always draw within the bounds when we use a painter. And to do that, we need to make sure that our draw coordinates are positive and do not exceed the width and height properties of the size object. Okay, so we have seen how to draw a left and a right eye, and to complete our beautiful drawing, we just need to add the mouth. And I'm going to do this by creating an object of type path. And then I'm going to move to a starting point, which is relative to the size object. And then I can add an arc to a specific point given an offset and a radius. And then I can add another arc with a different radius and a clockwise property of false. And finally, I can call canvas.drawPath with mouth and paint. And here I need to make a small fix to ensure that all these offsets share the same y coordinate. And now I can run this code. And I can see that the happy face is complete. And the way this last bit of code works is that first I position my path at the starting point, and then I draw an arc given a radius and an offset, and then I draw another arc with a different radius and come back to the starting point. And because the position of all my shapes is relative to the size of the canvas, I can resize the preview window, and I see that the coordinates are updated accordingly. And this ability to resize makes Dartpad a great playground for trying things out when painting custom shapes. Okay, so let's do a summary of what we have learned. First of all, we can do custom painting by using a custom paint widget. This takes a painter object of type CustomPainter, and we can supply our own CustomPainter subclass. And inside this, we need to override the paint and shouldRepaint methods. We can use the canvas object to draw different shapes, and we can use paint objects to define fill and stroke properties to configure the appearance of our shapes. Finally, we must remember that our widget hierarchy needs some extra attention when we use CustomPainter. In other words, we need to specify the width and height of our container, and if we want this to dynamically resize according to the window, we can use the constraints from the layout builder. Okay, so that's everything you need to know to paint in Flutter. And you might ask, what kind of things can we do with painting? Well, one of the coolest applications is to use custom painters together with the ML Vision library in Firebase, because this has a number of features that we can use to detect barcodes, faces, labels, and text. So you could use this to do a cool face detection demo where you use the Flutter camera APIs and ML Vision to do face detection, and use the canvas to draw shapes around people's faces. So if you'd like me to do a cool tutorial using ML Vision and the camera, let me know in the comments. But for today, we should feel quite accomplished with this happy face. And once again, you can find this as a written tutorial on my website. And this includes a link to the complete source code on Dartpad. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.